Sure, I have senior Destiny Garrett to my left and junior Kyla Bryant to my right. Opening statement, hats off to James Madison. They played really, really well yesterday, and they picked up right where they left off today. You know, Sean is a really, really good coach, and I think he had them ready. And I listened to something that he said that I think that those seniors had their team ready as well. You know, Peyton McDaniel, I said it yesterday in an interview. She's one of the best players to ever play in the Sun Belt, and she had a dominating performance with 25 points. You know, Ashanti Barnes was dominant as well with a double-double. Obviously disappointing for our team to come down here and perform like this after the regular season that we had. It's a really tough performance, kind of a tough pill to swallow. I don't think that we put our best foot forward, and obviously James Madison played a really good game, so they had something to do with that. You know, but we talked about this game being decided on the glass, and I think we got beat on the boards against them both times that we played, even the game that we won, but it was very narrowly by only 7 rebounds. And today to get beat by almost 30 rebounds, and they had as many offensive rebounds almost as we had rebounds total, that was just going to be too much to absorb for this team.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Go ahead, Paul.
Coach A, Paul Chestnut, Fox Sports, Pensacola Radio. Are you kind of surprised what happened? Did the layoff have anything to do with it? It's been a streaky tournament with teams, they're making names for themselves when they 3-2 in a row. It seemed like they got advantage being on the court, on the court.
Yeah, I know that that's been the debate, right? The rest versus rhythm. I'm not going to complain about the number 1 seed and getting the bye to the semifinals. So I'll say this, like, we lost because JMU scored 81 points and we scored 53. That's why we lost. But, yeah, it's hard to find a rhythm. I think at this time of the year, momentum is everything. And, right, like, we're seeing that with what our men's program is doing right now. They got the momentum at the right time with the run South Alabama went on. And so, whenever you do have that break, we talked about trying to kind of create that momentum for ourselves with, in practice and things like that. But, we did our best to be prepared, but I clearly needed to do a better job.
Coach Zach Barks, WTOC. I know this is a tough ending for you guys, but to have 11 transfers this year, preseason pick 10, to come out with a regular season title and be able to represent the 1 seed here in Pensacola, what does that mean to you in your young coaching career with this program?
Yeah, I'm really proud of Team 52. This is the 52nd year of Georgia Southern women's basketball, and this group has represented all year with pride. They've showed a lot of resiliency, and we lose Liv Fuller 4 games. We had 4 returners, and you lose Liv Fuller, one of those 4 games in, who was a starter, and then you lose Jashanti Simmons, about 75% of the way through conference, who is, a senior and a starter and a captain, and that's 2 of your 4 returners. So I just say that to say that I'm so proud of this team. I think a lot of times significant injuries like that can be a reason, that maybe you don't fulfill your potential. And this team, we still had a lot of tough games to go win after, clearly Liv was really early, and then whenever we lost Shanti, that could have had things take a different turn for this team. So, I credit players like Kyla Bryant, Jamiria Jones for stepping up. But then, like, Destiny Garrett, McKenna Eddings, and Keshia Anderson, like, they were already playing really, really well, and they had to be even better. And I think that was really hard to do because of the basketball that they were playing. So I just give them a lot of credit for being able to absorb that. Again, all 15 of our young women, the way that they show up every day, the way they represent Georgia Southern. We've got your scout team, like we've got our scout guys, and shout out to them. And then you've got your own roster that you use on the road to help you prepare. And so I think I'm really proud to be a part of a group like this with the character that they have, and again the way that they represented our program and how they fought all year and to win the first regular season championship in Sun Belt history for our program. That's something that won't be forgotten.
Go ahead, Paul.
Coach, you feel like you're going to still be playing? Is there a chance? NIT, maybe, or anything?
I think with our regular season, I think that we have a really good shot. We've talked to we just talked to our seniors about, them getting together and seeing what they want to do should we get that opportunity.
Just expanding on that a little bit, like there being several top 100 programs in the Sun Belt, like what could maybe a WBIT or WNIT run mean if you guys decide to play in that and keep this group together and try to build for next year?
Yeah, again, I think momentum is everything. I'll say, I mean, now we thought we did really well last year winning 2 games down here, and now look at everybody blowing that out of the water. But I do think that momentum carried us into this season, right? Like we had won some games late in our regular season, then we did come down here and get 2 wins, and we really felt like that kind of propelled us, in our recruiting and some of our returners. Like Jameria Jones, I thought she really battled today, and she was a freshman for us last year. They got to even play in this tournament, so obviously we didn't get to go beyond that, but I think that could be a great opportunity. For our program to just continue growing.
Go in the back.
Destiny, what was this season like for you, being able to kind of transfer in and really take a leadership role and kind of lead this team to this historic year?
This season, like I said before, like I've been in this position before, so it kind of like give me deja vu from when Coach Hanna was my coach at GSW. So like it kind of felt the same, but we had a good season, we had a good run. Like Coach said, the seniors getting together, decide what we're gonna do out there. So it was a good season.
What was that like for you to transfer in now to another school and have Coach Hayden there again? It made that transition, I guess, easier for you?
Yes, it did. It felt the same. Like I said, I've been here before. I've had her, so it was an easy transition.
And then Kyla, just with your day to day, especially being a younger player and being able to kind of have this role today, how big was that for you to have those 17?
Yeah, just coming out and kind of, doing whatever I can to kind of help the team. We needed some points, and, if they was going to help off, it was my job to kind of take the shot and be confident in the shot. So, yeah, just proud of myself for having that confidence.
Hey, Buckner, Civic Sports, through this game, what's the one key lesson that you learned? For all three of you?
You want me to go first? Gosh, it's hard to name one. I guess if you're talking about just basketball, that rebounding margin is probably one. But we just talked about it in the locker room. Just your preparation, it really can catch up to you. And I just told them that we'd kind of keep that tight in the locker room. But just to be honest, like we have 9 days off, and you've really got to take advantage of those 9 days. So I think, the lesson will probably be, for me, I'll be going back and looking what I can do better as a coach to have us ready.
She said it all. I agree with her.
I'll say just coming out with more intensity, like what Coach Hannah said, like, coming out and, playing a little bit better.